Not all burnout is the same. The three types hitting creators, and how to fix each one. Hustle burnout, creative burnout, and audience fatigue burnout feel identical, but need completely different fixes. Take a break is the most useless advice in the creator economy, not because rest is bad, but because it assumes burnout is one thing. It isn't. A creator who's exhausted from posting daily and answering 200 DMs a week needs something completely different from a creator who's technically well rested but can't look at their editing software without dread. Treat them the same, and you'll come back from vacation just as stuck as you left. The real fix starts with naming which of the three burnouts you actually have. Why just rest keeps failing you. Most creators try the same recovery loop. Push through a rough patch, hit a wall, disappear for a week, come back and repeat. It fails because a week off fixes fatigue, but not the underlying mechanism. If your burnout is structural, too many manual tasks eating your week, a vacation just delays the same wall. If it's creative, your well of ideas is dry, rest without new input leaves the well exactly as empty as before. And if it's emotional, audience interaction has worn you down. Stepping away from posting doesn't remove the backlog of messages waiting when you return. You need a diagnosis before a prescription. Type 1. Hustle burnout. This is the most common and the most misdiagnosed. Hustle burnout shows up as pure exhaustion. You're tired all the time, your to-do list only grows, and you feel guilty the moment you're not working. But the cause isn't that you're a bad time manager. It's that you're doing manual work a system should be doing for you. Emailing every buyer their file by hand, tracking sales in a spreadsheet, manually resending a course link when someone loses the email, chasing payment across 3 different apps. The fix isn't a 5 a.m. routine or a better planner. It's ruthless subtraction. Every task you do more than 5 times a week is a candidate for automation or elimination. This is exactly the gap tools like store.fan exist to close. Connect Stripe once and every sale delivers itself. Digital files and course access arrive automatically by email the second someone pays. And a discount code replaces the DM used to send manually for every "can I get it cheaper" request. If you're still hand-delivering products, that's not hustle. That's unpaid operations work eating hours you could spend creating or, honestly, resting. List every task you did more than 5 times this week. Circle the ones a tool could do instead. Check whether payment and delivery are still manual. If so, that's your first automation to fix. Cut 1 recurring commitment, a weekly live, a bonus newsletter, for 30 days and see what actually breaks. Set 2 fixed deep work blocks a week where no notifications or DMs are allowed. Review your pricing plan. Upgrading to remove fee friction is often cheaper than the hours you're losing to workarounds. Type 2. Creative burnout. Creative burnout looks completely different from hustle burnout, and that's why the same fix doesn't work. You might not be overworked at all. You could be posting less than ever and still feel completely dry. The tell is specific. Everything you make feels like a rehash of something you already did. You can't remember the last piece of content that surprised you, and opening your notes app produces nothing. This isn't laziness. It's a well that's been drawing water faster than it refills. The fix is counterintuitive. More input, not more rest. Sitting on a beach doesn't refill a creative well if you spend the whole time scrolling the same platforms you create for. What works is deliberately consuming and making things with 0 audience attached. No plan to post it. No metric watching it. Take a class in a field that has nothing to do with your niche. Make something purely for yourself and delete it when you're done. Go back to whatever made you fall in love with your craft before an audience existed. Creative burnout isn't a lack of energy. It's a lack of anything new going in. This is also a good moment to separate your creative identity from your storefront's inventory. Your store doesn't need brand new content every week to make money. A well-built product page, a solid lead magnet, And a couple of evergreen offers can keep converting while you're refilling the well. Look at a live example store, and you'll notice the actual product mix is small and focused, not a constant stream of new releases. Depth beats volume, especially when you're running dry. Type 3. Audience fatigue burnout. This is the one creators talk about least, because admitting it feels ungrateful. Audience fatigue burnout is the emotional exhaustion that comes from being a public, always reachable person. Answering the same 3 questions on repeat, absorbing criticism you can't respond to, feeling responsible for everyone's mood in your comments and DMs. It's the specific dread of opening your inbox, not because there's too much work, but because every message requires you to perform warmth on demand. You cannot rest your way out of this one either, because the backlog is still there when you get back, and now it's bigger. The actual fix is building a buffer between you and every single interaction, so you're choosing when and how to engage instead of reacting all day. A dedicated FAQ page answers the repeat questions before they hit your DMs. Store.fan's built-in inbox keeps replies out of your personal messages, so work you and you aren't sharing the same notification badge. And routing anything technical or account related to contact support means you're not personally the customer service department for your own product. The fix. Batch replies into 1 or 2 windows a day instead of answering in real time. A scheduled reply is still a caring reply. It just doesn't cost you your whole afternoon. Diagnosing which one you actually have. Most creators experience some blend, but one type is almost always dominant. Ask yourself, if you had a completely free week with 0 notifications, would you feel caught up, hustle, inspired again, creative, or emotionally lighter, audience fatigue? Whichever word jumps out first is your primary type, and it's the one worth fixing first. Fixing the wrong one first is why so many recovery attempts don't stick. Track your energy for 1 week. Note whether each low point followed a task, a creative block, or an interaction. Identify your dominant type using the test above. Apply that type's specific fix for 30 days before touching the other 2. Re-audit. Burnout often shifts type once the loudest one quiets down. Build the fix into your normal routine, not just a one-time emergency response. Why fixing this actually protects your income. It's tempting to treat burnout as a wellness problem separate from the business. It isn't. A burned-out creator posts less consistently, prices their work lower out of guilt, and eventually goes quiet for long enough that momentum resets to 0. The creators who build real, compounding income are almost never the ones grinding hardest. They're the ones who built systems sturdy enough to survive their own bad weeks. That's the whole case for getting the operational side of your business off your plate. When payment, delivery, and basic questions run themselves, burnout becomes a personal problem again instead of a business emergency. Check pricing or the blog for more on building that kind of resilience into how you sell. Key takeaways. Burnout has at least 3 distinct mechanisms: hustle, overwork, creative, depletion of ideas, and audience fatigue, emotional exhaustion from constant interaction. Each type has different early symptoms, different root causes, and needs a different recovery move. Rest alone only fixes one of them. Hustle burnout is fixed by subtraction. Fewer tasks, more automation, less manual busy work. Creative burnout is fixed by input, not output. Consuming, playing, and making with 0 audience attached. Audience fatigue burnout is fixed by boundaries and systems that put a buffer between you and every single reply. Start your creator store, free, at store.fan.